What specific COVID safety measures are going to be in place this year? Are we looking at any possible face mask mandate, required routine testing, virtual committees,
Yeah,
capacity on committees?
not every joint policy has been set at this point. We have not set every policy in stone. What I can tell you, and I know that's, we're trying to just see what everything looks like right before we return to make the most accurate, the most timely decision when we make it. At this point in time, we have not made a decision to require face coverings, but we have tried to change the way our calendar works. And we publish a calendar at the beginning of every week. And so one of the things that we're trying to do more is utilizing the space in the Capitol better. We used to have some committee rooms where we would pack 75 people into a room that probably held 50. And so we're trying to utilize our space more efficient manner. But on top of that, utilize technology. Our plan is to stream our committee and subcommittees to the public, especially those that are not comfortable being here, but also some folks that recognize that there may be limited space. So we're still going to have some access to the I think our goal is we're trying to balance limiting access to the public, which we do not want to do, but trying to do it in a responsible manner. So that's why we're going to utilize technology, but we still plan on having some space available for the public to be a part of our process. So when it comes to committee and subcommittee, that'll be available in a streaming fashion. What somebody way smarter than me could explain how it'll actually work. I just know that's what we're doing to do that. And then when it comes to clerks and staff, we're going to provide more space within the building and on the Capitol complex for people to be able to work remotely, especially clerks, for example. If you have a job to do, you need to obviously get it done. But if you can do some of that, maybe outside of the chamber on another area on the Capitol complex or in another room in the building, we're going to encourage that. So trust me, I will tell you, I have spent almost as much time talking about and thinking about COVID protocols and returning to session safely, probably some days as I have on legislative policy. So yeah, there's a lot of thought going into it. And just so you're aware, I've brought the minority party as well as our caucus as well. And we continue to have conversations with the Senate for some of the joint space as well.
Okay. And so with who's in charge of making these decisions? Is it you and Leader Whitver? Is it the clerk? I mean, or
So
are there both?
ultimately, well, so we have joint space, obviously, and joint functions of the legislature that we do with the Senate. In fact, Senator Whitver and I are going to be meeting again today to discuss trying to get all this stuff nailed down. But on each side of the building, as far as committee meetings, the daily calendar, which rooms to use and stuff, that is the decision of the Speaker's office. And we've done that in consultation, obviously, with the Chief Clerk's office, because they're the ones that have to make sure that it all functions and we can have transparency. I think the number one thing I would like to get from this conversation is we're trying to return in a safe manner, but recognize that transparency is equally as important.